So I've decided that I'm actually going to manifest my dream life this year. And in this video, I am going to tell you exactly what I'm going to manifest and my plan for making that happen. Hello, my name is Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. And for those of you who are new here, I healed myself from over a decade of serious chronic illness. I manifested my dream home. I manifested 2 beautiful children after years and years of infertility treatments that doctors told me I would never have. I manifested a loving husband, partner, but I am still not living the life of my dreams. So today I'm going to share with you the vulnerable areas of my life that still need a lot of work. What I hope to achieve and manifest this year, and how I've decided not to put it off any longer. And how even though my life is miles away from laying in bed with chronic illness, not being able to walk, talk, think, basically on my deathbed, to now where I walk 10 kilometers a day and have healed myself in so many wonderful ways, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I have been holding myself back. I have been stuck at this 90% level for so long that I feel like I've been boxed into a life, and the edges of what I think is possible for me and for my life have been thoroughly defined, and I'm not able to push outside them. But I have decided one of the most powerful words when it comes to reality creation and manifesting your life, that this is the year that I actualize my dream life. This is the year where I stop waiting and wishing and holding off and trying to manifest, but I actually break through these walls, these very, very difficult walls of parts of my life that just don't seem like I can go beyond. But since I have gone beyond so many different mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual barriers already thus far in my life, I know that it is actually possible to live and materialize the life of your dream.
I just want to jump on here and say this because I was just editing the video and I realized that this video might trigger some of you. So I wanted to jump in here. If you are suffering extremely with chronic illness, if you are suffering second to second, this isn't the video for you. So just go ahead and click off of it now. Listen, manifestation is great, but when you are suffering just to stay alive, nothing else matters except for your health. Nothing else matters except for healing. I am fully aware of this and the limitations of actually manifesting something from such a debilitated state. So if this is where you're at right now in your journey, I have many videos that address this. So please click off this video right now and go watch one of my videos specifically about healing yourself when you are at the bottom. I will link one below this video. If you are at a point in your life when you are ready for more, you are ready to manifest the life of your dreams, I'm super glad you're here. Keep going, keep watching the video. And one more thing I just want to note is that I know how lucky I am. I feel extremely grateful for how far I've come in my journey. This video does not diminish anything that I've been through or how frivolous some of these goals may seem in comparison to what I've already been through and what I've already had to come through and grow through. And yet still, it's okay for me to want more. It's okay for me to want some of those things and for my life to continue to grow and evolve beyond and outside of health and healing. And I just wanted to add that here too.
And so if you are excited to learn exactly what I'm going to be manifesting this year, how I'm going to do it, if you want to learn my step-by-step process, if you want to follow along and watch me, or even better yet, jump in and do it with me, then hit the like button. Consider subscribing because I will be updating every few weeks about my progress. And so if you have been putting certain dreams on the back burner, or if you have walls in place, limitations, limiting beliefs, limitations of some kind that box you into the life that you're currently living, and you are ready to break through those walls and go beyond them, then I am so excited to have you here. Please leave a comment below so I know how many of you are interested in these videos, these updates, and how many people are going to join me. And let's get into the video. So step one, for those of you who decided to join me in this challenge, you've already actually done step one. Step one is making a decision. This is the absolute most important step when it comes to manifestation. You must decide what it is that you want. So in this case, I am deciding that I am going to create and live my dream life. So take a moment here. You need to decide, make a decision. What is it that you want? Okay, step two. Now you need to write down everything that that entails. So what does living my dream life entail? What does it mean to me to live my dream life? This is where you pause the video and you make a list. It doesn't have to be pretty. You can type it in notes. You can write it by hand. You can chicken scratch it. Mine looks like this. It's actually much like making New Year's resolutions. You jot down the things that you actually want, the goals that you're actually going to achieve, that if you hit all of these goals, that would mean you achieved the goal of living your dream life. So I've written down all of the things that I think I want to achieve that helps me attain this dream life that I want. So I am going to start with the most personal. So as many of you know, I have been on a healing journey and I have healed myself in the most amazing ways. I have gone from somebody who was suffering daily, completely non-functional, with close to 300 symptoms that completely destroyed my life. And I have gone from that person to the person that you see here, to somebody who's functional, to someone who can live her life, to someone who walks 10 kilometers a day, to someone who can socialize and go out in the world and go to the grocery store and raise my kids and be a part of life. And yet, I still do not consider myself 100% healed. I would say that I'm 90% healed, but my goal is to be 100% physically healed from all symptoms of illness. I have been stuck at this physical and mental barrier for a few years now. I still have about 3 to 4 symptoms that show up for me in my body when I'm overtired, overstressed, when it's my monthly cycle, or when I stray too far from the basics or foundations of healing. So therefore, I am always on point with things like sleep and diet and my exercise and my routines. But these routines that have healed me, I feel are now holding me back because I'm ready to break through the walls, these constructs, these routines, these systems that I've put in place so that I could heal. But now they're holding me back because I feel like if I go outside or push beyond my bedtime or my current diet or my stress level, or if I do things that are too outside of my comfort zone that align with these routines that I have created for myself, then I will have a setback, that I will have a crash, that my symptoms will flare in a way that will bring me back. And that fear sticks around and causes me not to be able to live the actual life of my dreams that I want to live. Because I'm so fearful and worried about holding these constructs in place that I'm afraid to push beyond them for fear of setbacks. And for those of you who know, I've had many, many setbacks and relapses in my journey. So those fears are real. They've been validated many times over. And the consequences of having a setback sometimes last months or even years to get myself and pull myself back to the optimal state of health that I'm in. And so rather than allow myself to be stuck here, at 85, 95% healed. I want to get to 100 so that those limitations and those boxes and those boundaries don't hold me back from living my best life. The next very personal goal that I have, and for those of you who follow this channel, you will know that I have yet to release my full healing program. I have been working on this healing program for 5 years. I've completed and released part 1, and I am in various stages of completion of the other 6 parts. One of them is 90% completed, one of them 60% completed, one of them 75% completed, one of them is 50% completed. The problem is I have been holding myself back with excuses, with reasons why other things and other priorities in my life have come before finishing this program and getting it out. Part of it is fear of actually completing this huge, massive project that I've been working on for 5 years. Part of it is fear on how it will be received. Part of it is fear on what I do when I'm actually finished this program. What will I now do to fill that time? Part of it is wondering, will this program work for everyone the way I think and believe it will, the way it worked for me? So I have personal and emotional and many different types of fears built around the full release of this. And therefore, many excuses get in the way. Like, oh, I need to do another load of laundry. The house needs to be deep cleaned. I need to do this project or that project. I need to get the grocery shopping done. There's a million things on the to-do list that often come before sitting down and finishing something that I know that will push me to completion. But this year, I want to and plan to release every single part of my healing program and get the entire thing released because I really want to share this information with the world, because I really feel it's important for me to go through this and to complete something. Because often in my life, I have a pattern of stopping at 80 or 90%. I've done this my entire life. I've done this with full healing. I've done this with the release of my program. I do this in many different areas. I get to 85, 90, 95%, and I don't know if it's the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of success, or what it is. But often I have this recurring pattern of falling just short of where I want to be, falling just short of accomplishing all the things I want to accomplish. Or I will work on a project, really a difficult project, or cleaning my house, and I get right to the very end, and then there's just this last little piece that I avoid, or I distract from, or I don't do. I don't follow through on that last 10%. I don't know if anybody here can relate to me on this, but this has been an ongoing and recurring pattern for me. And so it is my absolute goal to release the entire program to you this year because I want everyone to heal. I want this information to get out there. I want people to be able to heal the way I did, and I want to share it with the world. And I want to take the risk and push beyond the walls and the boundaries and the fear of failure, of success, of the unknown, of whatever it is that's going to happen after I release it. I'm ready to find out what's after that, what comes next. The next thing I want to do in order to actualize and be living my dream life is make $1 million this year. Now, $1 million is one of those significant numbers that everybody puts out there. I want to make $1 million. The reason this is so important for me is not only because I have been unable to financially contribute in a meaningful way to my home, to my family, to my household, because of the chronic illness journey that I went through. That for me, being able to make $1 million means that I have made up for and I have contributed in a big, massive, milestone kind of significant way that will make a difference to my family's life. And I feel not that I need to make up for everything. I have really worked on the guilt and letting go of all the guilt of not being able to be the person that I wanted to be for all of those years. But in a way, for me, this would be the cherry on top, the way to make up for it. Now, I know I don't need to make up for it, but this is a way that would set my mind, my heart, my soul free and say, you did it, you accomplished this. You couldn't contribute for 15 years in any significant way to your family's financial growth or abundance or success. And now you can. And with that $1,000,000, I would pay off the mortgage on my family home. Of course, nobody likes to share their finances, but we still carry an $800,000 mortgage on this home. So that would pay for the bulk of this home. That would take care of the debt that we have incurred, that we have created. And then with the extra $200,000, I would pay off the rest of all of our debts that we owe. There would be a small portion left over in which I could buy or do something nice with, like take my family on a trip and be able to have paid it off. This would significantly take the burden off my husband, who has been carrying the financial load for well over a decade, for closer to 15 and 20 years now. And I don't know how I'm going to create this $1,000,000. And I don't know if it's possible for me to manifest $1,000,000 this year. But that's my goal. I'm putting it out to the universe, but that is the goal. I love real estate and I love cottages. And I love that shabby chic and sort of whimsical and that boho cottage style. I love cottages. And we actually live in cottage country. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is buy and flip real estate. I've always wanted to go in and take a rundown cottage and revive it, to paint it, to put in the right furniture, to stage it, to renovate it, to do all the things, and then flip it and sell it and then go on to the next project. I always think that if I had my dream job that I was living, I missed my calling as a developer. I love the idea of flipping homes. I love the idea of designing homes. I love all the little things, and I love that boho cottagey and that summer vibe of cottage country. And so part of the thing that I would do with this $1,000,000 is take a percentage of it to get a down payment to buy my first cottage that I could decorate, that I could renovate, that I could flip, and that I could start and flip to buy the next one. This is really the thing that I would love to do and the business I would love to create and get into. It's totally something that excites me, makes me feel good, has nothing to do with my previous life or any of the things I went to school for, but yet it would make me happy. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to look to do after I'm able to pay off the mortgage and some of our debts. With the extra money, I would love to travel, and I would love to get into buying and renovating and designing and painting and furnishing and flipping these waterfront cottages. My next goal for manifesting my dream life is to reach 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Now, for those of you who know, I've been posting on YouTube for probably 6 or 7 years, maybe closer to 8. I have well over 1,000 videos. I have posted and documented much of my healing journey, and it has only been a year since I've finally gotten monetized. And I've grown my subscribers from like a couple of thousand to over 10,000 in 1 year, which has been a huge and massive milestone for me. Particularly because the YouTube algorithm dislikes my channel for some reason and has taken off about 25 of my videos over the course of this health and healing journey due to misinformation or whatever it is, whatever reason that they deem necessary for pulling videos down. Now, to me, none of it was misinformation. I give you guys always my honest information on healing on this channel. But it has been a significant challenge to grow here on YouTube, with the algorithm seemingly against me, with my videos taken down, with my channel receiving many warnings and all of that I don't want to get into. It's been a really difficult channel to grow. I'm not great at tech. I'm not great at video execution. I just have my iPhone. I just tell it like it is, post it. I don't do a lot of editing. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I absolutely want and desire all this information to get out to as many people as possible. So my goal, and I don't know if it's realistic, but this is the goal that I've set, is to go from my now just over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, actually 15,000 subscribers, to 100,000 subscribers within a year. So if you haven't yet liked this video or subscribed, please subscribe. Please share it. I absolutely want to grow. If there's anything that you can do to help this channel get recognition or growth, or help me meet this goal of mine, I would be forever grateful for you, because I don't know how I'm going to reach this, but that's the goal. That's one of the things on my dream list, bucket list. And so that is one of the things that I'm going to accomplish this year. The next goal that I have in order to manifest and live my dream life this year is to travel, is to go on a trip with my family. I've always wanted to take my kids to Italy and Greece. I went there with my husband when I was over 20 years ago, before my life completely fell apart, before all of this ever happened. And it was one of the most beautiful trips of my life. And I'd love to recreate that with my 2 children. The problem is we don't have an extra lot of money to travel. We have been very lucky that my husband has a great job and he's been able to carry the monthly expenses, the monthly mortgage, and the monthly bills. But we've been living paycheck to paycheck in order to finance our life. And in order to finance this dream home that I manifested, this amazing family dream home. And if you haven't seen the video on how I manifested this dream house, please, I will link the video at the end. Go watch it. It's a great video on how I actually did this. But one of the ways that we accomplished this is I built a guest suite above our garage, a fully contained 1 bedroom, 1 kitchen, beautiful guest suite overlooking the water with a balcony. It is the perfect summer getaway rental. And we rent it out weekly to guests in the summer who come and enjoy this beautiful Airbnb. I also have it available for one-on-one healing clients who need more one-on-one help and who want the exclusive experience of going through the healing process with me right here on site. So this extra income helps to carry the monthly mortgage and pay the taxes and all of that stuff. But again, since we've been living paycheck to paycheck, we don't have the extra finances available to go on a big European trip with my family like I would want. And the other reason, if I'm being honest, why we haven't done this kind of traveling or trip with our family is because of my fear. Going outside my comfort zone, traveling to different time zones, the different food, all of this stimulation, the overstimulation, the activity. Is my nervous system able to handle this? Will I get set back? Will I get into a flare? All of these fears over my physical health come up. And so I haven't been able to push through that mentally or emotionally yet to take the leap, to take the plunge and actually go on a big European vacation, Italy and Greece, which is where I really want to go with my family. We've done, of course, smaller local trips. We've done trips to Florida in the winter, but we're going to visit my in-laws, things like this. Smaller trips, but this bigger trip would obviously put new pressure on my nervous system, on my healing routines, and it would mean for me stepping through some of those boundaries that I've created for myself that I feel keeps me safe, that keeps me regulated, that keeps me healed. And so going beyond these boundaries, really stepping into it to be able to actualize the dreams that I have, taking my family on an amazing trip and experiencing the world together. I would love to do this. And so this is my goal for this year. I'm going to go on a trip this year with my family to Europe, to Italy, to Greece, and experience and really immerse myself in this trip, in the local culture and cuisine, and really spend that amazing quality time with my family, exploring and the history and the culture and all of the things that I've always wanted to do. So that is definitely part of living my dream life. And each year, I want to continue to go on a vacation, travel, go somewhere with my children, see the world, and do all of the wonderful things that this world has to offer. I don't want to sit on the sidelines anymore. I want to jump in and go. I want to experience, and I want to start taking these luxury trips and experiencing these parts of the world rather than just in my mind or pushing it off to someday, someday, someday. This is the year that I'm going to create that as a reality in my dream life. The next goal that I have in order to manifest and actualize my dream life this year is to continue to make significant improvements in my physical strength and my physical endurance and my physical health. As many of you know, at one point I wasn't able to even walk to the bathroom. I had to crawl from my bed to the bathroom. Now I'm walking 10 kilometers a day. Although in the winter, I've scaled it back to only 5 kilometers a day because of the icy roads here in Canada. My goal is to get back to 10 kilometers every single day and push forward to start to be able to run. This is a massive goal, to be able to run or jog. This would be huge for me. I've never been able to run even before, even when I was healthy. So this goal says that I would be in shape, that my body could handle this vigorous activity, this overstimulating activity, and still be healed. This would be a mental, emotional, and physical barrier that I would break through. So I don't want to just run every day. I love my walks, but I want to be able to walk 10 kilometers, but run some of this, run a couple kilometers a day. I also want to really build strength this year. I want to do a body exercise program that starts to build muscles and strength. I have always been afraid to push because of the physical pain I endured, the physical pain. Every time in my journey so far that I do anything to push my physical body to build strength, you know, you get that lactic acid buildup and you feel awful the next day and you feel like you're in pain. This really triggers me emotionally because of just being in severe physical pain for so long. But I want to push through that mental barrier. I want to push through these physical barriers and tax my muscles and to be able to build strength in my body and my muscles. I really want to work through that pain to put my muscles under strain and to be able to stress them in more physical ways and not just have every movement that I do be gentle and soothing. Now, I still want to do somatic practices. I still want to do some stretching. And I would love, love, love to get better at yoga. I do more like gentle stretches, but I've never really been able to do yoga and all of those physical holding poses. I would love to do that this year. So I've got that on my list, the running, the harder physical poses in yoga, and the strength building exercises. I want to transform my body to feel strong. I want to be in the best physical shape of my life when I turn 50, which will be this year. This is a huge birthday, and I want to celebrate it being in the best physical shape of my entire life. I want to ring in that birthday knowing that I am in the best and the most peak physical condition and shape that I've ever been in. The next thing that I want to do to manifest my dream life is create an amazing relationship with my husband once again. When we first fell in love, it was amazing. The beginning of our relationship was amazing. The beginning of our marriage was amazing. We've been through so many things together, but when someone falls ill and the chronic illness lasts over a decade, the relationship does not become the priority. The relationship goes on the back burner because your physical health and restoring your health always comes first. And it has come first for both of us for so long that it has fractured our relationship. in ways that I'm really looking to repair deeply. My husband is so amazing, and he has been there for me and loved me through all of this, and I have loved him. But both of our focus has been on healing for so long, and all of our leftover energy for him has gone to working and providing, and for me has gone to doing everything extra that I can for the home and for our kids, that working on our relationship has really fallen by the wayside. And he's had to put a lot of his needs on hold. And this year, I would like to start dating my husband again. I would like to carve out time for just the two of us, to go on date nights again, to begin to fall back into that love that has nothing to do with illness or kids or responsibility, but really focuses on us and our dream and vision for the future together. So being able to do hobbies that we might enjoy together, to find things to enjoy, to experience joy, to date again, to focus on each other, and for me really to give back to him in a way that's significant, because he gave to me for so long and I couldn't give back um, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in so many ways. And so, not that I ever again need to repay him, because I've absolved myself of the guilt of carrying that, but I really want to show him now how much I love him physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and be able to give, to fill him up. Because there was so often in our relationship over the last decade where he didn't get filled up with love, right? He wasn't able to get emotionally fed because all the extra energy was always focused on me and my healing, and then just he had to work and provide, and I had to focus all my extra love and energy that I had on the kids. So now is the time, and this is really, really an important, significant part of creating my dream life, is creating this dream relationship with my husband that is loving, that is fun, and that is fulfilling for both of us. A real partnership built on love and respect, and both of us, meeting each other's needs as we build a new future together that isn't focused around my needs, around healing, that is focused on a life together we can now enjoy and begin to do things to enjoy together as a couple. And so this is definitely part of what I want to accomplish and what it means to me to be living my dream life. Okay, we're almost there. I have two more. The next one is a little bit silly, but also important to me. Over the last year, my vision has been failing to the point where I absolutely need glasses, but I refuse to go. And so I would love to restore my vision naturally back to my optimal eyesight, where I don't need to go and get glasses and to be able to see and read any fine print, to really restore the quality of my eyes. This isn't super important to me, and if I end up needing to get glasses, I guess I do. But I just believe that I can focus on healing my eyes. I believe that I can restore my eyesight back to really amazing vision. And so I'm going to be starting a program to restore my eyes back to their natural state and back to their natural crystal clear vision. And I'm excited about that journey. It feels a little lighter. It feels a little bit more exciting. And I still get to put some energy into really healing a part of my physical body that I've never really focused on specifically before. And so I'm excited to accomplish this. And lastly, in order to live my dream life, I want to be able to meet all of me, to know all of me. And that means to be able to feel anything, any emotion, any feeling, any thought that comes up. I have done so much processing and so much inner work of healing. And yet there is still and always more. And there are some deeper aspects of my journey and parts of me that I still hide from, that I still run from, that I still fear. And so I want to meet all of me. I want to be able to hold in my vessel, in my container, my body, my physical body, everything that comes up without running from it, whether it's intense fear or anger or trauma or grief and sadness. I want to be able to hold it comfortably in my vessel, to sit with it, to allow it, to meet all of the deepest parts of myself, all of the unconscious parts, to let them be there, to build a big enough physical body, vessel, soul, in order to handle everything that's still underneath in the subconscious and unconscious parts of myself. I want to be able to meet all of these, to hold all of these, and to love all of these parts, to love myself through all of it, and to not run from any of it, to meet it all with open arms, with unconditional love, with unconditional acceptance, and to heal all of the inner stuff left to be resolved. That is my absolute goal that would help me live and step in to my dream life, to be able to hold everything, all the fear, all of the anger, all of the sadness, all of the pain, to be able to hold it. And I want to expand my meditation practices because I am back and forth on these. I'll be honest with you, I love meditation, but being consistent 1 hour every day is challenging. And I want to meet myself 1 hour a day, give myself this 1 hour in deep solitude, in deep meditation every day, to allow these things to rise and be processed, and then carry the big enough vessel that I've created into the everyday life that I live, into the dream life that I live, so that I can handle anything that comes up with unconditional love, acceptance, and presence. And so that's my list. This is my list. This is step 2. You write it down. What do you want? You say it out loud. And so once you know what you want to manifest, once you know exactly what your dream life is going to look like, and you've written it down the way I just described it to you, you have all of your goals that fit inside. If you accomplish all of these things, you will be living your dream life. Then it's time to take aligned action. In order to take aligned action, you don't just take aligned action when you feel inspired. You don't sit back and wait for manifestation to come. You don't just take aligned action if something comes up in the moment. Although you do that, you always look for moments to take aligned action towards your goals. But you need a strategic plan. And so I will be going through all of my goals one at a time in a 1-by-1 video, because I plan to break down every single one of my goals into a strategic plan, right? Because making $1 million is an unmanageable, seemingly unattainable task. Even if you've decided, even if you're open to manifesting it, even if you take aligned action in the direction of making $1 million, you still need an actionable plan, because you need to break things into smaller, more manageable tasks. And you need to assign realistic deadlines and realistic timelines to reach some of these goals so that you can help gain momentum. So not only do you decide what you want and you put it out to the universe and you take aligned action and you really believe and know that this can happen for you, you also create this strategic goal, this plan, something that you can look at and follow. Now you can change directions. You don't have to do this to a T. You can allow flexibility and dreaming and thinking and calling it to you. But you also must have a plan so that when you wake up every day, you know where you're going and you have milestones to work towards. So goal setting is important in manifestation. And so are creating financial milestones and how much of your finances will be able to put into achieving these goals. Any finances, are these going to be manifested without money, without any financial resources backing them? Because you just have to know. Is a little bit of money going to go to helping to fund or create or finance these dreams? You have to decide. What does the budget look like? For example, going to Europe. Is it an unlimited budget? Is it $10,000? Is it $20,000? Is it $50,000? You have to know. You have to realistically know and set some targets that you can work toward. You also have to set up a daily routine. I'm really great at setting up daily routines because not only are you working at achieving these goals, but you're working at staying balanced in your life because your dream life isn't just about meeting goals. Your dream life is about living, experiencing, being in the moment. So some of these routines are going to be gentle and slow and give you time to create and enjoy and live and be spontaneous and experience. So establishing daily routines is a framework, but then we live within the framework. Then once you've decided, once you know exactly what your goals are, once you've created actionable plans and daily routines and targets, then you cultivate this positive mindset. And it's not just positivity. It's not a false positivity. It's a belief and it's a knowing. This is where the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's living in the end is the way that you create it. You begin to live as if. You begin to live as if you're already going on that European vacation with your family, that you're already planning for it, that even though you don't have the money yet, even though you haven't booked it yet, that it is already yours. You start to dream about what date, what's the timeline, where are you going? You start to see yourself there. You start to live in the end. You start to plan the details as if the trip was already booked. So this is where you use visualization and you start to just live and act as if you know it. You know it's yours. You have already decided. The hardest part is done. You've already claimed it. It's like when you get married, you announce that you're getting married, okay? If you've gotten engaged, you announce to everybody that you're getting married. You've already made the decision. So now you can go ahead and plan the wedding and plan the life, and you know you're getting married to this person. It's the announcement, okay? It's like the engagement. So when you're manifesting something, you're in the engagement phase. You're living as if you've already announced it to the world. You've put the announcement out there. You know the wedding's going to happen. You're already in the planning phases. You're already dreaming it, imagining it, living into it, imagining everything. The house that you're going to live after, what you and your partner are going to do, where you're going to work, what the wedding's going to be like, who you're going to invite, what you're going to eat at the wedding. You're already planning it. So once you announce it, once you've made the announcements, once you've done the engagement with yourself, that you are going to manifest this, you're in the engagement stage, meaning you're in the planning stage. You're already living as if. You're not just dating anymore. You're already living as if you're married because you know it's coming. You know, you believe, you see your life unfolding and you live as if. You live in the end. And then I plan to monitor and adjust. And I know enough because I have manifested so many things over the years that monitoring and adjusting are absolutely critical and key. You must be flexible. You must be able to be flexible enough to change what it is that your dream life looks like, to change your tactics or your goals or your strategies. You have to be able to respond to the external environment and to challenges that arise and to new opportunities that arise. And you must stay open. to all of the possibilities that can get you there. Not just the goals and the strategies and the tactics that you've laid out, but the infinite number of ways and possibilities that it could happen. I may make $1 million through selling my program. I may make $1 million in my rental properties. I may make $1 million from my YouTube channel or an opportunity. I may make $1 million in investing in crypto, in winning the lottery, in having a big financial windfall. You don't know how that $1 million will come to you. You just know that it will, and you stay open to all possibilities. It might come through a number of different avenues or different opportunities that you're not even aware of now. So knowing what you want, holding on to what you want, making realistic goals for how you're going to get it, and setting out those strategies and being able to work and adjust to challenges that come up, but staying open is key, right? Not holding on too tight to your plan, to your way, to being open to the infinite possibilities of all of it. And then the next step is to really become and embody who it is that you've already decided that you are. Embody that person. How would I feel if I already knew that the trip was booked? How would I feel if I already knew that I had 100,000 subscribers? How would I feel if I already had $1 million in the bank? How would I feel if me and my husband already had the best relationship in the world? And that we were going on date nights and doing all of these things? How would I already feel and act and be? And this is what you need to do. You need to become that person now. Become that person mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Embody what it feels like, what you think, what you know to be true, if that dream life was yours. We have to hold the embodiment, because that is holding the belief. That is holding the knowing. The embodying is the knowing in action. In order to become and embody the person who already has all of these things, who already has the dream life, you need to tell and communicate the people that you love. You need to act as if, even around the people you love, this is the hardest part. You need to change who you are with your husband, with your children, with everyone in your life. You need to change from the person that they know to the person that you are when you have and are living in this dream life. How are you different? Are you more confident? Do you wear different clothes? Do you act a different way? Do you feel differently? Do you do certain things throughout the day? Do you act differently? Do you interact with them differently? And then once you do that, I like to engage in learning. Engaging in workshops, engaging in lifelong learning, watching YouTube videos or taking a program, engaging with mentors or coaches or programs or courses or whatever it is on how to actually achieve what it is that I want to achieve. To being open to actually creating what it is that you want with ideas, with new ideas, and actually doing the work to make it happen. The learning and the opening to the new ideas is key to actually changing and shifting your reality, right? Learning new skills, enhancing and growing your own capabilities. And so it's a full commitment to learning and growing and expanding who you are, because you don't just get these things because you want them. You grow into them. You become the type of person who can hold the $1 million, who can hold the trip to Europe, who makes the type of videos that will attract 100,000 subscribers. And then finally, when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to me manifesting my dream life, I absolutely will prioritize self-care. So prioritizing time for myself in self-care, not pushing me beyond my capabilities, making sure that my schedule gives me time for rest and hobbies and enjoyment and life and the simple pleasures. This is all key. Prioritizing self-care means incorporating practices, right? Like meditation and mindfulness and time to sit and think and grow and expand and know yourself. These are all key to manifestation. And with that comes the last part of manifestation, which is unconditional self-love and acceptance. You have to be there for yourself unconditionally. You have to be your biggest supporter, your best friend, your biggest cheerleader. You can never abandon yourself. You have to be there for yourself unconditionally. You have to love yourself and show yourself self-compassion and kindness and unconditional love at all times. This is the ultimate manifestation, is to embody unconditional self-love. So even if you don't achieve those goals, even if you never go on the trip, or you never get the 100,000 subscribers, or you never get the $1 million in the bank, you love yourself unconditionally anyway. And in the end, none of it matters if you love yourself, because the vibration of love, the feeling of that self-love, is what we're all looking for in the end anyways. Why do you want all these wonderful things? It's so that your life can be enhanced and be better. And nothing can enhance your life better or fulfill you or give you a purpose or a direction in life more than unconditional compassion and self-love. So in the end, that is really the goal of what we're going for. And if the manifestations come along with that, then that is amazing. And if they don't, then you are going to enjoy and embody everything that you want in your life, whether or not the manifestation comes into the actual 3D reality or not, because you're already there in mind, body, heart, and soul. And eventually it is going to come to you, because when you hold this resonance long enough, when you embody something long enough, when you love yourself unconditionally enough, and when you go toward the direction of all of your desires, the law of manifestation says that you will attract what it is that you want. You will attract who it is that you're being.
And so, yes, you're creating it. Yes, you're doing it, but you're doing it by being it. You have to be it. You have to be in the awareness of having it. You have to experience it, right? You have to become it. You have to be able to have the vessel that can hold it and keep it. You have to grow and evolve into the person who can become this, who can create this, and then who can hold this, who can live this. So there's a lot of change and creation involved, but it's in the act of your mind, in your awareness, and in your sense of being. So your dream life is already there. The $1 million is already there. The trips to Europe are already there. The 100,000 subscribers is already there. The $1 million is already there. The health that you desire is already there. All of these things already exist. It's about expanding your awareness of being to matching what already is there. That is the key to manifesting. You expand who you are. You expand your awareness. You expand and grow and change and evolve to hold this new life, to hold this dream life. In essence, to become, to be, to manifest is to be. You're doing it and creating it by being it.
And so I hope you've loved today's video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to help me meet my goals, share it, do all of those great things. If you want to watch the video on how I manifested my dream home, you can go ahead and watch that here. If you want to learn how to work with me, you can check the links below. And don't forget, the entire full program will be available sometime soon this year. But for now, you can get started on part 1, which is absolutely essential for everyone who wants to heal themselves. I want to thank you for being here. I hope you receive value from it. I'm excited to share this journey with you as it unfolds. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you're on board, if you want to know about my journey, on how it's going on manifesting these things. Let me know what you're working on manifesting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me. And for those of you who are long-time viewers, thank you for being here for me for all of these years. I am sending you all my love, and I will see you in the next video.